If we really want to evolve, expand the consciousness, then I have to keep my goal higher than the present one. The present condition must not satisfy me. Present richness doesn't satisfy us. Why should present spiritual state should satisfy us? After every meditation, we have a typical, very peculiar condition emerging as a result. Don't we like to maintain that spiritual status or inner condition or that lightness that you felt after the meditation, or that you feel so centered within yourself that you like to continue with this state of centeredness within? Let's call it as a meditative state which has emerged out of this meditation. Is it enough that we meditate for a few minutes and enjoy that meditation? Wouldn't it be nice if it can extend beyond these 30, 40, 50 minutes of meditation? It will be wonderful if we can meditate actively daily. But to remain actively meditating versus meditatively remaining active, they are two different things. Often enthusiasts who start spiritual practices, in the beginning they love it so much, and slowly it so happens that we fall in love with such a state and we like to go on extending such a state for a longer period. Otherwise, having earned a spiritual condition and losing it right away would be like, you have your weekly or monthly salaries, and before the second day starts or third day starts, you have blown away all your salary. What will happen to such income? What will happen to such a family? In this scenario with meditative state, what will happen if you go on losing meditative state? It will be a tragedy. You have worked for nothing. So, how to ensure that the meditative state remains to our heart's desire? So recognize that your heart is desiring it, and let's make a willful intention before meditation itself. Let's become more cognizant with this fact that yes, I need to stay in touch with this inner state, and that there is a need for such a thing. So this much of awareness, this much of intention should be good enough to start with. And let's see how it mushrooms and becomes a big, giant thing later on in our life, where meditative state becomes the very nature of us in a more palpable way, see. Now, these intentions of preponing certain states are easily made possible when the inner urge or inner thirst or inner restlessness makes our heart call for something higher. If you are happy with our present state, then there is nothing to worry about. If you are content with your present state, there is nothing to worry about. Then the idea of evolution will fail. If we really want to evolve, expand the consciousness, then I have to keep my goal higher than the present one. The present condition must not satisfy me. Present richness doesn't satisfy us. Why should present spiritual state should satisfy us? So what is this inner call? When we offer this voice of the heart to a higher level of consciousness or higher source or as some system talk about, that I am now connected with my inner resources or my inner divine source or the godly agency. Somewhere, somehow, we are trying to invoke the higher help. That means I am at a lower state, which is good. We did not feel inferior about it. In fact, more we feel smaller about ourselves. In front of God, better it is. Let us remind ourselves of Lord Jesus' statement that to enter the gates of heaven, one had to become very humble, insignificant, become like little children, not childish though. That sort of innocence, that sort of innocent approach in our prayer, in our inner connectedness will have to be recalled. So now, having established the goal that yes, some higher state is my goal, which of course will change every day. Once you reach a certain higher level of consciousness, that has become your normal state now. But then something higher will be pursued in smaller and subtler doses. You would crave that, yes, I must achieve that state. And after a couple of meditation, you may be able to achieve. Then what happens to that level of consciousness? It becomes normal for you. And again, something higher is inspiring you. It is like always some higher is calling us. It's like God is always calling us towards Himself.